Mitch, I didn't teach you. What? Mitch, you're so weird. Sorry, guys. I scheduled this, or I put this up and then got distracted, and I was watching a musical number from a bootleg to Broadway. So Kim, Rogue, Urza, Sal. Sorry, guys. You like this hippo that I have here? I was gonna say it was someone's mom, but like I didn't want to do that to any of y'all. Maybe Pete. It's Pete's mom. I got Pete's mom here with me in the stream. What's up, Edie? Sorry it took so long. The baby wouldn't go to sleep. He was he's deeping. So he wouldn't go to sleep. So it took forever. And then I was like, sorry, Kev, it's close to my bedtime also. But maybe I'll stay up a little later. Christina's out with she's out at a birthday party. First of all, let me get rid of this one. Let me get rid of this stupid hippo. Look at this. So why does StreamYard think that I want this? Hold on. Or even better, like what? Like, why would I want this? Why would I want to cut off? There you go. Look, I'm in the Pantheon. La, 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 la. Oh, I'm in Rome. Look at him. I'm peeking out through a portable hole. Now I can crawl through. I'm stupid. Like, who wants that? Who asked for this? What's up, Mike Mendolini? Yeah, I know. That's why this is the last one. I can't look at the pricing structure, Evie, because I'm not the team holder or whatever. So it won't even let me it won't let me look at the prices. What? Oh, thanks. I don't ever look at those. This is the way, guys. If you DM me in Discord, you need to do this. What's up? Yeah, I guess. So stupid. The price increase for this. Oh my gosh. I am not. Man, I don't have energy. I'm at negatory energy. It's been a hard week. It's been a hard week. Little man had a 6-month appointment, so we got some shots, and that made that day, Wednesday and Thursday, were annoying. Is that what seats are? So I was looking. Is that what seats are, EV? Seats are how many people can use it? So the 45 is for 2 people. No. The core, it says you can have 2 people. You get 2 seats. But I didn't know what seats were, so. So I don't know if that's a yep too. I thought, oh, okay, you're saying yep, that seats are how many people can use it. So I'm just tired. Like, little man has been annoying because, guys, I can't do it. Like, how are people parents? Like, good for y'all. I can't do it. Guys. I hate you, Mitch. What is up? Thanks. You wear glasses every stream, dork. Really? That's very strange. Oh, that's why I went to go to my YouTube studio to change the settings on this video. And then in my suggested feed, it was like, hey, you want to watch Norbert Leo Butz sing Don't Break the Rules from Catch Me If You Can? And I was like, you know what? I do want to watch Norbert Leo Butz sing whatever the song I just said is from Catch Me If You Can, Breaking All the Rules. So Anyway, I can't do it, guys. I get up, and you know what? If you have a worse schedule than me and you're able to do it, you know what? Good for you. Good for you. I will send you personally a gold star. I get up at 5 a.m. This is my day. I get up at 5. I stagger into the bathroom and turn on the shower. And then I throw a blanket on the floor of the closet and I lay down for 6 minutes and I sleep on the floor of my closet. And then I get up and I shower and I'm at work by 6:15 and school starts at 8:15 and I still ain't ready for the day. Are you home, Anita? And I'm still not ready for the day when it starts at 8:15 and then I'm on my feet all day talking the entire time. And are you at like work or something? And it's just like it's like millions of micro decisions. And today, foolishly, I unfortunately had tests in every class except one. And I don't like test days when I have a bunch of people, like a bunch of classes taking tests, because holy crap, Gus is in the crib. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. Oh my gosh. This is dead air time. I guess he's fine. Well, as long as he's not next to the baby. Dang it, guys. Okay, just hang on. Here's a hippo and some music. Until I return. I apologize. I gotta get this cat out of this crib. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Let's do some lo-fi beats. There we go. No, 1 second. I'll be right back.
Speaking of hippos, hi guys. How y'all doing? I'm just, gonna infiltrate. Alan's gonna yell at me when he gets back. Hi Anita. Less than 1 week and then you're back. I'm very excited. Yes, unfortunately George left. Fun fact, guys. I just finished my reread of Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb, the last book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy. And it was fine. It was great. No, it was actually great.
Oh. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, he was being cute. He was like next to him, but like not on him, like not right near him. He was just curled up.
Oh.
But I don't think Christina would want me to leave him in there. Anyway, so yeah, because children, like I'll hand them a test. Guys, I tell them I have never taught something one day and tested on the next day. Ever. There's always plenty of time. And I say it every day. Test Friday. I said it Monday. Okay, guys, you're going to have a vocab test on Friday. Said it Tuesday. Hey, guys, you're going to have a vocab test on Friday. Said it Wednesday. Hey, guys, you're going to have a vocab test on Friday. Thursday, I said, make sure you study for your vocab test tomorrow. And then I hand it out. And it's nothing but whining. Like I got a test in all my classes. And they're always calling me over to ask me dumb questions. And if they just thought about it, like they're so paranoid of like doing it wrong. They have to be like, well, this is I'm like, just freaking do it. Like, just do it. Like, just do it. And then one kid today had the vocab was blank. So I had to stand near them because they're squirrely. Like when like I'm passing out and I walk to lock the door or whatever because I get the door's locked, and I see kids doing like this, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, well, clearly this kid didn't study because he's trying to look on their neighbor's paper. So then I just stand near them and I just stare in their direction. And finally, kid calls me over. It's blank. It's like, are we just supposed to like put what's on the slides, which is what I said every day when I tell them how to take it, and what I said when I passed it out. And I'm like, yes. And they say this. Well, I wasn't here when, and I said, stop. I said, stop. We got these over a week ago, and they're online. And I reference them every day. Like, don't I wasn't here when I got them. Like, just stop. Like, stop that nonsense. I don't care. That is so stupid. I don't care. Stop. There's so many kids like, well, I wasn't here today, or I forgot. I don't care. Write it down when I tell you. Put a note in your phone. And you know what? If y'all studied your vocabulary every day like I tell you to, then if you forgot, it wouldn't matter because you already knew it. They think that, oh, well, I had to work really late last night. Oh, I had a football game last night. Oh, I couldn't study last night. Okay, I can tell you how to test yesterday. I told you how to test a week ago. Why didn't you study any of those days? Oh, because you were just going to study the last minute and then you couldn't. Oh, no, let me do the Japanese thing that Japanese girls do when they're pretending like they're crying. They go, oh, there you go. That's my tears shed for them. Oh, thank you, Mio-chan, for teaching me that. It's just, oh my gosh. It's just so anyway, so it's that, and then I have my level 2s who keep calling me over, asking me if the test is on places. The test is on place expressions, on how to say in a city, town, or small island, to or toward a city, town, or small island, and away from a city, town, or small island, because it's done slightly differently than if you're saying like to the country or to Italy or to whatever. So there's a whole bunch of capitalized nouns in their sentences. And they keep calling me over multiple times. And they're like, what is this word? I'm like, guys, it's a place. If it's a capitalized, it's a place. It's the name of a place. That's what this test is on. It's the name of a place.
Youths.
Oh my gosh. It's just.
Although, to Marianne's point, I'm now like, oh no, was I an idiot when I was in high school? I'm sure I was. But
no. How old are you?
I'm 37 years old.
No, because you were from a generation where we weren't that dumb. Like we were stupid. All teenagers are stupid. That's fine. But we hadn't been infantilized yet. We hadn't learned helplessness. We hadn't learned how to we hadn't learned how to not do anything. Like, these children have learned an inability to do anything. And they all have such bad anxiety, because I had 2 girls come up to me yesterday being like, how do I get my grade up in your class? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what should I retake to bring up my grade? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want what do you want? And like, well, I have my grade in my class. I've C. I'm like, C is respectable. There's nothing wrong. C is fine. Like, C, like, no, C's terrible. I'm like, okay, you're not right. Like, oh, well, my mom, I'm like, okay, well, your parents aren't right either. So, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that you think a C is terrible. I would learn how to do this then. Okay.
If you want to get better than a C, do better than a C.
Guys, I don't care. I'm not made of gold bullion. What is this in reference to?
It's I know I said
it. What gift? I know, but why am I saying it?
Oh, because Brian was like, what WTH?
Oh, yes. Oh, so you've seen the new pricing structure also, Brian? Who has rights? I'm sure they all have rights.
In the classroom.
No, they all have rights. They're just like, I'm not violating their rights. They have the right to a good education. And I have a right to not listen to their nonsense. That's ridiculous. Y'all, that's ridiculous. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I have no problem with wanting to strive for excellence. In fact, I encourage that. But man, I wasn't a great student. but the thing is, I didn't bother anybody. Like I got C's in I got a C in chemistry. I got a C in trigonometry. And you know what I didn't do? Bother anybody about it, because it's like, yeah, well, maybe if I hadn't played too many video games and hung out with my friends so much, maybe I'd have gotten a better grade. And that's the thing. I got into 4 separate colleges. I attended 4 separate colleges with my transcripts. These kids are so dumb. I'm just so sick of it. So I am in favor of children doing their best, but they all think that their best is an A, and that's not true. Their best isn't always an A, because some of them just don't know how to do it and just aren't going to know how to do it. And I mean, every single kid in that class could get a B if they actually did what I asked them to do. Every one of them. But they don't do what I asked them to do. They won't do any work outside the classroom. They won't memorize their vocabulary, which I have sympathy for people who don't understand how to translate. Like, that is a skill. There's a lot to keep in mind. I understand that. I have no sympathy for not learning the words. I just don't. Like the patrician wrote on the side of the scorpion pit that he puts mimes in, learn the words. Learn the words. Right, Evie?
Have I gotten to that point yet? I don't think I have.
I think it's in guards.
Oh, I must have missed that. Oops.
Yeah, because he talks about.
I will say that
he allows crime, but he hates mimes, and he puts them in a scorpion pit where on the side it says "learn the words." I think it's in guards.
I mean, there were clowns in Men at Arms.
Yeah, but clowns aren't mimes. Benanari hates mimes because they don't talk.
I don't know. Either way, I remember when I was in 5th grade, I got a C on a science test. And to the point that and apparently it was so unlike me that my 5th grade teacher called my parents in for parent-teacher conference or whatever. And my parents literally asked me, "Did you do your best?" And I said yes. And they're like, "Okay." And that was it. So.
Yeah, let me know, Brian.
I've heard OBS is good. It's
too hard. It's too complicated.
But once you set it up, I think it's
okay. No. Oh my gosh! Once you said no, it's too hard. It's too complicated. Yeah, it's my Latin class. Now, on the other hand, guys, I love my classical studies class. And okay, so let me go through something with you guys. All right, and I'm gonna try to say this without. So I am good at my job. Like, I've done it long enough to where I don't feel like imposter syndrome in my classroom. Like, I'm good at my job. However, this is the kind of stuff that the state or whatever looks for when admins walk through the classroom. So this is the kind of stuff they're looking for. 1, student engagement. And I read that and I'm like, that's awesome. My kids are hecka engaged. However, here's what it means. Students should drive lessons, not simply sit and get. And I'm like, oh, classical studies, they're sitting there and they're getting this history. Then it's instructors address students who are off task during the lesson. You want to sleep? I don't care. You go right ahead and sleep. But there ain't nobody sleeping in my classical studies class. Lesson standards should be both posted in the classroom and referenced during the lesson. I have 4 separate classes. I'm not taking up valuable board space to write freaking learning goals for all 4 of my classes on the board. And I'm also not going to stop the narrative and be like, okay, guys, now I'm in the middle of this huge battle. All right, now, before I continue with the battle, let me point to this standard that's being addressed. I'm not going to do that. My kids know what they're supposed to be learning. And then lessons should be a mix of whole group, small group, and individual work. No, I'm not. No, like, sorry. Now, I told you that to tell you this. Guys, my classical studies, we got to the end of the Spartan-Theban War, the last 2 days. We got the end of the Spartan-Theban War. which, you don't have to know what that is, nor do you have to care. Sparta's at war with Thebes. And this whole thing, there are three major characters that people have bonded with. Agesilaus, who is the Spartan king, who's been king of Sparta for like almost 40 years at this point, and he's like 70. And then there's the two Thebans, Pelopidas and Epaminondas, who are best buddies. One is rich but common. The other is poor but noble. One does strength training and tries to spend money on all of his friends, but the other one won't take his money, and the other one thinks agility training is better. And one's just this brutish, guy with a lot of thumos or high-spirited anger, and the other one's a book nerd strategist. And so they've all bonded with their characters or whatever. And we've been, with them for, I don't know, last 3 weeks or so. Well, yesterday and today, but yesterday, there's this tyrant named Alexander of Pherae. And you don't even know who that is, other than he's in northern Greece. And I make him this uber like incel nerd. Because he's horrible. Like, he kills people, he like makes them wear like animal skins and hunts them like prey, and he buries people alive, and he married his cousin after like assaulting her brother, which is gross. Yeah, he's super creepy and nasty. But he talks like this, "Oh, it's time to roll my initiative." And so he's just like annoying. I had a kid tell me, said, "Mr. Walker, I not only hate Alexander of Pherae, when you're doing Alexander of Pherae, I hate you. Like, I hate you when you're being Alexander of Pherae." Anyway, one of the duo, his name is Pelopidas. He's been up there twice to deal with Alexander of Pherae, and he always, like, once Alexander like threw him in jail, like threw him in prison, and he had to get freed by his buddy. Well, he goes up there because the dude is violating the truces again. So he goes up there and he's like, "I'm done. I'm putting this guy in the ground." So I've got I'm just like narrating it. He's enraged. He has like all of his troops left because there was a bad omen. So it's him and the Sacred Band, which is this group of 300 male lovers. It's 150 pairs of male lovers that fight naked.
Good for them.
Anyway, he's not only outnumbered 2-1, he's fighting uphill, and he manages to shatter Alexander's formation, and everyone's cheering. Like, this is a common thing. Like, people clap when stuff happens, like in a history class, right? And he shatters the formation. And after he does, Alexander's running, and Pelopidas is like, "No, screw this." And he leaves the formation and charges after Alexander. And like, bodyguards are trying to stop him. He's like killing all of them. And he takes some spear wounds. And I have Alexander fall. And I'm like crab walking backwards on the floor, being like, "Oh no." And, I have him charged with his spear. And then on my slides, this is always accompanied by my slide stuff. And I'm like, it says, "He nearly reaches Alexander." And I hear some people go, "Oh no." And then I have him on the ground. I say, "You just activated my trap card." And then it says a bodyguard appears out of nowhere and shanks Pelopidas in the side. I think someone's here. That's weird. Anyway, shanks Pelopidas in the side, and people are going, "No!" And then I hit the button for the next slide, and I've got sad music playing. And, I act out his death, and I drop his spear, and his last words, I just have him say his last words are, "Epaminondas," which is his buddy, and they've been friends for forever. They're convinced they're gay. I'm like, guys, stop. They're the same age. That's not how that works. Anyway, and he dies. Guys, I hear sniffling. I had 2 separate children come up to me afterwards telling me that they had actual tears in their eyes because this guy died. This historical character died, and they wept. And then, people, the Spartans, they hate the people who support the Spartans hate the Thebans. So they're cheering. And then like my students are screaming at each other. It's like, "Shut up." And one's like, "I'll sell my soul to bring Pelopidas back." And it's so awesome. And yet, according to the rules set by the district and the state, I am not an effective teacher.
Can they go?
It's absolutely preposterous.
Can they go eat their own butts? I don't know what that means, but that's just what came to out of my head, out of my brain.
What are you watching?
Me? Nothing.
What is that noise?
I hear nothing.
Oh, sorry. Apparently a Friends episode played in the background. Anyway.
Also,
That was a
hi,
long
Andrew.
story. But yeah, it just irritates me, like, because I always get super depressed, like, at this time of year, because it's teacher of the year voting for our school. And I mean, it is what it is. Like other teachers nominate. Like, I've never even been nominated at my school, and that would be fine. But like, I'm good at my job. Like, that's fine. But and you know what, whatever. Like, I don't care because it's a lot of work, whatever. But like, I look at it's I mean, other teachers have to nominate. I don't leave my classroom. You know, it's a lot of popularity stuff, whatever. But I look at the requirements for like what's supposed to be. First of all, like, the people who win this every year, I'm like, are y'all sure y'all fit these requirements? But here, listen to this stuff right here. What am I supposed to do? Demonstrates a superior ability to foster excellence in education, contributes to the continuous improvement of student learning and the school environment, maintains a record of superior teaching performance as evidenced by student learning gains, annual performance assessment, and recognition of work. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
A lot of
I
hot air.
was with them.
That is.
I was with them through foster excellence in education. Like, I'm with them through that. And then it's utilizes original and or innovative instructional materials, methods, curriculum, or tools such as interdisciplinary instruction, project-based learning, research-based programs, or technology to facilitate instruction. Yeah, I don't do that. Actively engages in targeted, collaborative, and sustained professional development and demonstrates leadership in educational activities at the school district and or state and national level, such as active membership in an advisory council, task force, or professional organization, or through involvement as a grade level or department chair. Demonstrates a commitment to creating a climate of caring and respect inside and outside the classroom with students, families, and other stakeholders, my least favorite word in education. Conducive to effective teaching and learning, and engages parents, families in the learning process to enhance student achievement. Utilizes a data-driven approach to targeted differentiated instruction in the classroom with state testing, benchmark testing, advanced academic coursework testing, CTE completion, and or EOC testing data to prove track record of success. What do these words mean? What does any of this mean? Like, why is there corpo speak in education?
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what any of that crap means, guys. I don't know what any of that means.
And corporate speak is just a bunch of hot air, or as Pete says, gobbledygook. So
my yellow slides are an innovative instructional technique. Anyway, it's very dumb. I am not Presbalewski. Anyway, I just don't understand it. Like,
yay, education.
Oh my gosh. No, my classical studies class is the only thing that keeps me sane. I love Latin, but the problem is I can't get students to love Latin. They like me and they like my class. They just don't like the language. And so I end up with kids that aren't, they just are hamstrung. And so I don't get to do anything fun in Latin because I don't get to translate anything challenging. I'm so bored in Latin because they can't do anything that is actually, rewarding, because they can't do the basic stuff, let alone like translating Caesar is fun because it's challenging.
Are there Latin versions of Dr. Seuss books? Because that, honestly, if I were in a Latin 1 class, I would be so excited.
I have one. I have Green Eggs and Ham.
Okay, cool.
And then, but the thing is, they're too hard. They're too hard for Latin ones. Like, I mean, they just are. But Latin, classical studies, my Greek history class. I love it so much. Like I go to school to do that. And I told my kids today, I said, guys, I appreciate how engaged y'all are in this because it makes it really fun to teach. Because I've taught it before to a class like 6 years ago. I taught it to a class that were good. They got good grades, but they were really quiet. And they enjoyed it, but they just weren't people being like, oh no, don't go in there. You know, they weren't like loud movie watchers. Almost certain. So it's just, I mean, it's just, I just don't like, it's just frustrating because, okay, so last year, 2 years ago, the teacher of the year from Bay District Schools won teacher of the year in Florida. And so 2 years ago, she spoke at our in-service, our mandatory in-service we had to go to. They had her speak. And just the stuff she said, I'm like, what? I mean, okay, like obviously, like it was like, how? Like how? I think it's just all like, can you type a bunch of stuff that sounds really good? And like, what is a learning gain? What is a learning gain? Like, I think it's you see where they were last year on a standardized test for something, and then they take the test the next year and they did better. I think that's a learning gain, but that seems to me like that would punish people who did well the first time.
Right.
No, not learning game, learning gain, GAIN. So I think that's what that is. But it's like, I don't care. What if my students were just in my class, engaged, and learned something? I've had multiple students out of high school, like in college, graduate college, message me and tell me how much they enjoy classical studies. And I'm like, heck yeah. It's just, what is sandbagging? No, it's not. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. We need a sprint, but it's just frustrating. Like, here's what I think. I think a good admin that walks into my classroom, sees a class like that, looks at what they're supposed to look at. I think a good admin fudges it and is like, yeah, it looks like you matched that thing. Because, like, are you really going to sit in my class, watch my engaged students, see that I'm good at my job, and then rate me poorly on those things because I didn't have those? Like really? Like that seems so absurd. But absurdity seems to be the soup du jour.
Yes, he does, Brian.
Yeah, I've always recommended those. Yeah, I agree. If you read the first 3 and then come to me and tell me the final one is appreciably worse than the first 3, I'll denounce you for the terrible liar that you are. Like if you don't like the first 3, that's fine. But if you love the first 3 and then you hate the last one, you're just subjectively incorrect.
What are you going to be reading, Ellen?
Man, who freaking knows? Like, I don't even know why I did a dang sprint. It's almost 9 o'clock. I've done nothing. Like, what am I doing? House of Open Wounds.
Have you actually already started it, or are you going to start it?
I'm on chapter 2.
Yay! This makes me so happy.
I mean,
are you liking it already? Please say yes.
Evie, I'm on chapter 2.
So? One chapter? Are you liking that one chapter you've read so far?
Of course.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
I never finished. Can you remind me to finish my story about how I can't do it when I get back? Because I talked about what time I get up, what I do all day.
Oh.
And then I got sidetracked with what I did today and forgot to finish why I have to talk about the parenting thing, but I keep forgetting. I haven't gotten 8 hours. I don't know when the last time I got 8 hours sleep. If I get 8 hours, it's on a Saturday. There is no, I do not get 8 hours any day, except sometimes I sleep in on Saturdays. Sometimes. It's so terrible. Anyway, let's be productive, or I'm gonna feel terrible about myself. Are you home?
26. 26.
Oh my gosh, Anita. Things have been falling apart, Anita, like without you here.
It's true.
All right. What's everybody reading? Put it in the comments. And then remind me to talk about Rebecca Black's Friday. It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody looking forward to the weekend week. Yes. Mitch, tell me if I would like that book. Because some people say I would like it, and then many people say I would hate it. Wait, what? Are you reading Great Coast? Sal? Did you legitimately, did you just dust us before we could start?
She literally just started.
Oh my gosh, Sal. The worst. Yes. Oh my gosh, Evie, why are you always reading something I've never heard of? This is the way.
Sal told me to read it.
I know, but I thought you were gonna. Well, I guess that's fine. But I thought you were gonna read it with us when we read it. Anyway, let's read a Sprint. Okay. Man, I'm tired. Nice. Mitch, did you literally swap your profile picture between when we started and now?
I think you did.
So I don't know why everyone okay. So the first part of the question is I don't know why everyone, their mom, their second cousin, and the guy that puts the winter tires on their car has a podcast. I just don't know why everyone has one.
I think also Mitch is saying anyone that has a discussion, long form discussion format is calling it a podcast.
Oh.
So
What? You talking about like chatting with nuts?
Mhm.
Oh, why would I do one? I'm on chatting with nuts.
I mean, it's basically yours. So do.
Yeah.
Hi, Ariel.
And as far what's up, Ariel? And as far as like a regular podcast, I don't really know what I would do. Like what would I do? Like the problem is that I'm like not presumptuous enough to think that people want to listen to me talk. So like I don't know what I would do on a podcast. I don't know what I would say. So it would just be, I mean, as far like this is my podcast, this is me talking up here. I'm so tired.
Sprints.
You sound tired.
Yeah, I'm drained. So yeah, continuing on why I'm so bloody tired, I'm bloody drained. So I gotta deal with all that. Did you fix something? You said in the Discord something of yours is broken.
Glasses.
There you go. Did you fix them? Anyway, so I go to school. I got to talk all day, right? And you know that's all. Y'all already know me as tired from that. And then now, because Christina's back at work full time, I have to hurry. Oh, thanks, John. I have to hurry home because my mother-in-law watches Atticus for free. So that's good. But like she does it 4 days a week. Like my mom helps out when she can. My mom's about to have major surgery. And she won't be able to watch him for at least 3 months. So anyway, so I have to hurry home from work, which is already stressful, and the traffic's terrible. And anyway, I get home somewhere between 4:30 and 5, and I pick up the baby. And the problem is 5 o'clock is when he's done. Like 5 o'clock is the worst part of the day because he is mad. Like he's just big mad. And the problem is I have to watch him alone.
Yeah.
Like
for the worst time of the day.
Yeah. At my in-laws, there's 3 people there. So like if he gets like someone, at least there's like multiple pairs of hands. I got to bring him here. And you
get the witching hour.
Yeah, he's not having it. And the problem is like Tuesday was fine because he was relatively happy. I don't know why. Tuesday was fine. He was relatively happy. And so I sat on the couch out there with him and I put him in the glider and he played with, his feet or whatever. And I at least got to read something. But Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and this is more common, he's big mad. And so in order to stop him from being mad, I have to literally give him my undivided attention. And so I can't do anything else because I have to make sure, because if I leave him, if I don't pay attention to him too long, and he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to do anything. He didn't want to, no place I put him is he going to be pleased. And so I have to do that for like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And so by the time Christina gets home, I have no more margin. Like all the desire I had to do anything when I got home is like my will to be productive is sapped by the time Christina gets home. And I'm like, Christina, like, we got to hire a nanny. I feel pathetic. Like, I feel sad, like that's my life. But I'm like, Christina, I can't live like this. I can't. I am so depressed because this is 4 days a week. And people are like, oh, you can't watch your kid. No, I can't. Like, I can't. After
not everybody's born to be a parent immediately.
It's a 12-hour day
hard work,
of
man.
me on my feet, running my mouth. I'm exhausted. And it destroys all my margin. And so I'm just like, anyway. I'm like,
to support your to support you, Alan. Aaron and I had to babysit our godkids. We could barely handle less than 12 hours of babysitting a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And as I told the parents the next day when they got home, I'm like, I don't know how you do it every day.
That's a no from Evie.
Yeah, and I'm like,
when it's your own baby, there's an anxiety that comes with it, and that you know your baby's fine. You know that they're healthy. You know that they're safe. You know that they're not starving. You know that they've had enough to drink and eat, and that they're loved, they're safe, all of those things. But there's an anxiety that hits you when your baby won't settle, that something is wrong, even though intellectually you know there's nothing wrong. That feeling just eats you.
I also understand why people rely on TV and screens and stuff. Because if I let him watch me play my video games, if I let him sit here and watch play my video games, sorry, Finn, I'll call you back. He'll be fine because he's mesmerized. But the pediatrician doesn't want us to, and so I'm just like, well, what if I don't care about his attention span when he's older? Like, what if I don't care about the problems he's going to have in later life? Like, what if I just don't care about that because it's not my problem? Like, what if I fixed my problem by hurting his life later by letting him watch?
You're not capable of that. First,
no, I'm not. It makes me mad.
No, and you're a teacher. You know exactly what problems you're causing if you do give in to that, and that's the anxiety of how do I do this without screwing someone up.
Yeah.
And not throwing anybody out a window.
Yeah.
I said that to my ex at one point with a baby, is I am going to throw this child out a window if you don't take him away.
For sure. And the thing is, like I ain't never going to shake my baby. And
no.
But before I was a parent, I was like, how on earth does anybody get to that point? I understand that if I understand someone who is just making a terrible decision in a split second. Like, there was one time Christina wasn't home because he wouldn't stop shrieking, and I called her and I said, Christina, when are you going to be home? Because like I was crying, rocking back and forth on the couch, covering my face because because I'm also autistic. So like, it's just so much sensory overload. So I told
and it's unsolvable because he can't tell you what the problem is.
Yeah. So I was like, even if we could hire someone one day a week to just watch him for 2 hours until you get home. So I can, because the problem is my day does not end until 6:30. Which means I don't get to shut off until 6:30. And I know, guys, some people have it worse. I know, poor Alan. But I don't know.
But you're in a position where it doesn't have to be the case. There is a solution out there that's available within your reach. And there's an element of guilt that you just have to find and go, it's not my guilt. That's someone else trying to make me feel guilty. And they're wrong because the people in this house are losing their freaking minds. And something I can do, which is pay somebody for a couple of hours, is going to take that pressure away and make everybody okay.
I'm BookTube channel back active again, and I'm going to use all that ad revenue to pay for a nanny. Like, I'm going to do BookTube solely to pay for someone to watch this child, so I don't lose my mind. But
you have to.
I appreciate that, Nidhi. I appreciate that a lot. Nidhi. I don't know how you say your name, but so I don't like saying I agree with stuff like this because I don't want to sound like I'm not trying to virtue signal or sound self-righteous or anything.
You appreciate it. There you go.
Yeah, no. But I mean, I do understand what you mean here by, I think some people rant because they think they're supposed to, like negative stuff. And I'm
There's
just
a
like,
level of
it's just like,
disingenuity that comes with it. And you're just like, whatever.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to rant about something that I don't mean it about. It's too tiring.
Oh, hey, I live with my best friend and we've been friends literally 40 years now. We met just before we turned 10 and we've always been struggling. We've always been poor between us. And now that we're living in the same house and we share a lot of the expenses, and she's been able to get to a point as a teacher where she's earning enough money that she actually has a little bit of expendable income now. I said to her, why are you losing your mind every weekend cleaning the house? Pay a cleaner. And she's like, I can't afford it. I said, actually you can.
Yeah.
And the lack of stress that you will gain in doing that will more than pay off in your own mental health.
That's what I said. Christina,
that's the thing.
Life,
she's
man.
able to do it. Plus, there's somebody out there who needs the money and is going to clean the house for that money. So it's not like it's not valuable.
That's a great point. So yesterday I was laying on the floor because I was laying on the floor with Big Mad, and Christina got home and I was laying on the floor and he's under his little tent on his play mat and he can't see me because I'm on the others. Because he can see Christina who's sitting on like a little stool and I'm like laying down, my head's behind his little tent so he can't see me. Christina was telling me something her mom said, and I did not expect it to come from her mom. I busted out laughing. I laughed so loud, and then all of a sudden that child starts because I scared him because how loud my laugh is and surprising it was because he couldn't see me.
Yeah,
he was inconsolable. We could not calm him down because I had upset him so much with my laugh. And I'm just like, what is your problem, child?
I'm your daddy. I'm supposed to be here and laugh.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah. It's totally okay to struggle with it, and it's something that social media. Oh my God! Not only have we got life in general being competitive now, we also have this kind of benchmark for parenting that's just not achievable. Parenting has never been easy. The fact that we see it on telly so much now as this lovely, wonderful, beautiful thing, in like 3-minute doses. And then there might be 4 hours before the next one.
Yeah.
And nobody tells you that because you only get the 3 minutes of lovely on Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what you're getting into, that is way too much.
Every time I pick him up, my mother-in-law's like, oh, he's been sleeping for like an hour and a half. I'm like, oh, goody.
He's got lots of energy to be angry for.
That's why. And I tell Christina, I'm like, Christina, it's not fair. It's not fair that he's never tired when I get him. Like he'll never nap when I get him. Like he's always I hate that time.
Tell your mother-in-law to make him not nap until he gets to you.
No, because I need her to watch him without me having to.
The weird thing with babies is the less they sleep, the less they sleep.
Yeah.
They only sleep at night if they sleep lots in the day. Yeah. It is the craziest, most random and unfair thing that children do.
And
you can't keep them up to make them sleep later.
Yeah. He but the thing, he doesn't want my attention for anything. He doesn't want to do anything. Like he just feels mad
horrible
that he's set down.
He feels like this that you're feeling right now. He's over it. He's like, I can't do it. It's too hard.
And his shots didn't make him feel bad. And he's still teething.
Yeah.
So I get it, little man, but I don't know why.
He's out of spoons.
He's ruining my life. But I love my child.
What are your thoughts on parenting and children?
Wow. I'm not. What?
Pete's fine. Anybody that has a kid, anybody on his commune that has a kid, the whole freaking village raises them.
Exactly.
So they're fine.
It's called efficiency.
It's called it takes a village.
It's called hippies, is what it is.
It takes a village, Alan, and you're learning it. Hippies don't have to pay the nanny.
I mean, at least my child doesn't have clothes made out of wheat.
Excuse me. Linen is made out of something other than wheat that I have to Google for a second.
It's flax.
Thank you.
So yes.
Anyway, we can return to this discussion, but let's get something read before I fall asleep because I want to. It's so hard to read. Both of y'all have read it. It's hard to read. It's just it's dense. Like the Tchaikovsky book is dense, so it's hard to get through. I like it, but the problem is because I'm not at max capacity or max functionality. Like the second my mind the second I don't like hyper focus on the text, I'm like, man, I got to read that whole page again. Hold on.
Wait, are you reading Tchaikovsky? Or are you reading
House of Open Wounds?
House of Open Wounds? Yeah.
Where have you been? I thought
Not
you were here. On this thing.
Hey, I didn't know what you were reading. I
Yeah.
must have said it very early in the stream.
Scare Path for a second.
Are we still doing Jeopardy next Sunday? A week from Sunday?
I don't know. Are we?
I'm good. I have been good since June.
I've got a 6-hour car ride on Saturday, so maybe I'll make some questions up while I'm driving.
Look,
Hopefully
I'll be
you're
good
not
when you're ready to
actually
go.
driving.
I am driving.
Oh, good.
How are you going to make up questions when you're?
I'm going to dictate them to my phone. I'm going to say, "Hey Google, take a note."
Who you
No,
doing?
don't do it now.
Is it just you?
I don't want it to say anything, you idiot.
You're gonna come to a note that says, "I don't want it to say anything, you idiot." Like 2 days later.
Anita, no, we already postponed it like 2 months.
What's
3 months.
Anita's problem? What do you mean postpone? Anita, what do you mean you're being busy? You've been busy for 6 weeks.
Also, you're not actually.
Anita, prioritize.
Sal has a great point.
House of Open Wounds.
Read a thriller.
Read a
Don't you
thriller.
have another Liv Constantine that you need to read?
Man, I wish I had another Liv Constantine. No, because like I've got to stop reading additional things. Like I've added the patron pick every month, which I did. Guys, you heard it here first. For the first time, I read a patron pick book.
Oh my goodness!
I completed in the month it was
Like,
given.
hallelujah! That's insane.
Yes,
Okay, the foundations of my world are shaking now.
Like I can't but
What is going on?
I'm bound and determined. But I'm gonna add that one, but that's all I can add. I've got I need to push through and get House of Open Wounds because that arc of whatever the third book's gonna come out in the next month or so, and I need to be able to read it. So I gotta push through this book. And then I've got to read Scarab Path, whether I'll read it next month if it's chosen for the patron pick. Otherwise, I need to read it before the end of the year. I have to. And then
all right, you hear it, everyone.
I wanna get
Everyone
the great
choose
notes.
Scarab Path, so it's guaranteed to be picked for next month.
Yeah,
there were only 15 books on that list, and 3 of them were Scarab Path. There was a 20% chance of choosing Scarab Path, and I did not get it.
I'm not going to be that person. No, I'm sorry.
I read Voice of
Something
War.
fun on your list.
I read Voice of War,
You
which I actually liked it. Ryan, that was a good pick. I actually really enjoyed it. I especially enjoyed the end, and the audiobook narrator is actually quite good.
Nice.
Good job, Zach.
Do what?
I said good job, Zach.
Yeah.
Good job.
Anyway, we can talk about that when we're done. Let's read something because I'm gonna get through this. I'm reading House of Open Wounds. Y'all type only your 2 votes only count in the United States. So
she's never gonna get 2 votes because she's in Canada.
exactly. No one knows what that is. Oh, is that stupid? Is that Nightingale Kate?
Yes, it
Happy
is.
Sail
Get
book?
through the
Yes,
list
it is
one
that
at a
series. Yes, it's the last of those.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah, it's
By almost doubled. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot.
Melon.
Anyway, I'm so proud of myself, guys. I read a freaking patron book. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm so now
You're happy too.
it helps that it's 350 bloody pages. That it's not like, hey, would you read this 1,000-page book? Like, why? Why are you doing that to me? 350 pages.
Again, putting parameters and saying it has to be below 500 pages, has to be blah blah blah.
No, because I mean, Evie, you put Boy's Life on there.
Shh. Do as I say, not as I do.
Some people
I
that will
don't
have
have many
exceptions, of
correspondence.
course.
You know, I thought about that this week and then promptly forgot. You just have to remind me.
Kiss baby.
Oh, I also need to freaking read Iliad Odyssey too. So anyway, so that's what I'm gonna read. So I'm gonna push through this. Let's do it.
Okay. How long for?
No, I don't know. Let me hit it. Looking forward
30?
to the weekend.
Oh, we
But
never
Sunday
talked about
afternoon here.
Rebecca
Oh, sorry, Saturday
One more
afternoon.
time. We'll do it next time. Friday, gotta get down on
Saturday
Friday.
afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's sunny. The cherry blossoms are blossoming. It's very pretty out my front window today.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to figure out why is StreamYard superior to the YouTube integrated platform?
because I think they allow you to click on comments and share them on the screen.
Oh, that's right. Why would YouTube not allow that? Why would YouTube not like try to steal that from StreamYard?
Why would Goodreads suck? These are mysteries that happen in the interwebs.
Look,
There's no reason for it.
yesterday was Thursday. Today it
No,
is Friday. We
Saturday.
so excited. We gonna have a ball. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday comes afterwards.
It's Saturday here, and the teenagers have gone with their father to the UK for 2 weeks today.
Look,
It's so quiet. It's lovely.
an adult wrote those lyrics. An adult wrote yesterday's Thursday, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, Sunday comes afterwards, and thought that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Sprint till 30, guys.
Partying. Yeah. Partying. Yeah. Fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Speaking of KJ Parker, I sent that man a message on Facebook in his own appreciation Facebook group because people told me, oh, he responds to Facebook Messenger. He saw that 17 days ago. Or no, sorry, he hasn't seen it in 17 days. No, he didn't. He didn't read it. He hasn't read it. That man hasn't logged into his Facebook in 17 days.
Maybe he's on holiday.
He ain't on no holiday. It's like, would you please accept my love? Like, why do you make it so hard to be loved by me? Make it so hard to be loved by me. So, Mitch, I typed die in the chat to you, and YouTube rejected my comment. Sorry, I got distracted. Bye, Sarah. Bye, Ariel. Sorry, I was looking at something. Oh, I wasted so much time. And then, well, what I was trying to do, I was trying to find a synopsis or like a recap of City of Last Chances. And why are recaps so rare? Like, like it should be required. If you have a series, you should be required to publish a recap somewhere of what happened in your first book. I don't care.
I think it would be clunky than trying to weave it into the beginning of the next one, which a lot of authors seem to prefer to want to do.
Yeah. Anyway, so I spent too much time doing that, and then I was, I have a review, but like there are plenty of reviews. Like I know what it's about. Like I don't want a review and like large, I don't want macro stuff. Like I want someone to tell, like to be like, this is what happens. So and so does this and this and this, and then this happens, this happens, this happens. Like I want like ideally, I'd love a chapter by chapter breakdown, but I'm not even asking for that.
You really only need to know 2 topics. Like one topic about the Pell, one topic about the Pell and the background we have there, and then about what's his face, the priest. It's
okay.
Yeah.
See,
Interesting that you say you want a chapter by chapter breakdown, because it's something I keep meaning to do for Realm of the Elderlings, and I've promised Tori I will do for Live Ship Traders, even though I haven't actually started that properly yet. And it's actually something that who was it? Somebody up here's just asked. Tyler's just asked, how much mental health preparing do you need for Live Ship Traders? Quite a lot. Yeah, comfort food. You need comfort food, a good blankie, a good friend on speed dial, But yeah, there's a lot of trauma in Live Ship Traders, and yeah. But yeah, chapter by chapter breakdowns are useful in big series.
I agree.
It's George.
Stupid
Oh,
circle.
George is so pretty.
Dumb.
I would show you Motzi, but for once, Motz isn't sitting next to my computer. He's actually outside enjoying the sun.
Nice.
Because there is some today.
He's not getting rained on.
Which makes a nice change.
Yeah, I was showing that off earlier, Ryan. It's StreamYard added it, and I don't know why. It's very stupid.
If that's the reason they're upping the cost, it was very
Wasn't
poor.
worth it.
Yeah.
It might also be like they just have more people using it, and thus they have more strain on their
Maybe.
servers and everything. Because like
Pete,
you could theoretically use this for Zoom, and you'd be taking resources from them, and
Pete.
like you wouldn't be
Pete,
doing anything with it productive.
Stop using logic, Pete.
Pete. No. Pete. When one of the answers is capitalism, you don't get to pick the other one. Pete. Remember, Pete, the reason they're raising it is because they have monopolistic tendencies, and they want to squeeze every dime out of it, Pete. That is the line that you toe.
Yes.
Stay in your lane.
They are trying. I mean, if they have monopolistic tendencies, they'd be keeping the prices low until they drive everybody else out of business.
That's what they did.
Well, they kind of have.
Have
Stay
they?
in your lane, Pete.
I mean, there isn't another streaming service I could even get into the bottom rung of.
Oh, Brian will figure it out.
Probably.
Oh, if that's true, Brian, that's
Ooh.
unfortunately probably true.
Yeah. Also, thank you for your comment earlier about my lighting being good. Again, it's daytime for a change. It's usually before dawn when I'm on live streams. So the sun is literally there through my window.
I'll make sure. I'll keep you in line, Pete. I got it right here. I got my pencil out right here. I'm going to draft something for you.
There's going to be heavy focus on childcare.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. Anyway, I would love to stay for another one, but I don't think I'm physically able to. Christina's on her way home. Finally, I don't know how long it takes to freaking eat dinner, but let me tell you what it
I'm
does.
guessing if she's got Atticus with her a lot.
She ain't got the baby. The baby's here.
Sleeping, guessing.
Yeah, he's sleeping. But like she our friend.
She's probably going, I can be out and eat at my own pace and my food will be hot.
We have a friend that her and her husband got divorced, and so she moved away when that happened. And I haven't seen her since then. I think Christina's seen her like a couple times, but it's her birthday. So she's in town. And guys, okay, before I go, allow me to go ahead and give you guys here's some life lessons for you.
Lessons.
If you're planning a party, I don't know who planned this stupid dinner. Like here's some ground rules. You don't plan a party where a bunch of people are expected to attend, where not everyone is a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. You don't pick the most expensive place in this city. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's rude.
I told Christina, I'm like, it's a freaking episode of Friends where like Ross and Chandler and Monica are always going to like really freaking fancy places, and the poor friends can't ever afford it.
Yeah, Phoebe and
because
Joey.
We've just put ourselves on a budget because we've been spending so much money on eating out because we have a stupid baby and it's so much easier. And and I was like, man, because I'm also trying to not eat as much red meat because I love it, and I'm trying to just eat slightly healthier. And I'm like, man, I want one that like I haven't had a steak in like 6 weeks. And she's like, we can go to Outback. I'm like, we can't, because you by yourself are going to burn up the budget that we have for the two of us to go out once a month. You're burning all up. We're talking about like where it's $20 per appetizer. Like, you want some shrimp and grits? $33. So anyway, she's been out. And also, guys, if you're organizing like a dinner for a bunch of people and there are some people there that don't know each other, you don't make it free for all seating. You make sure that the people that know each other are sitting near each other. Like, that's ridiculous to make it free for all seating. Like, people just don't know how to do this. Like, there's a fine calculus to planning get-togethers. Anyway, well, do you got $33, Marianne? Because I can go buy you some. Sorry, $33 plus service fee, plus gratuity, plus tip, plus shipping.
Hang on, gratuity and tip, aren't they the same?
So if you have a big party, restaurants automatically add gratuity, but they put it tiny at the bottom, and then they give you a receipt that's got the big spot for the tip, so you can add that also.
That seems deceptive.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, so but she's been gone. Like, the dinner was at 7:30. It's 10:30. How long does it take to eat with a bunch of people who don't have anything interesting to say? Not long.
Okay.
Not long. I can't imagine what they talked about. It's who can. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't invited. It's a bunch of girls.
That sounds an awful lot like sour grapes.
Oh no, I wouldn't have gone. I'll be like, I'm not paying that much for food. Like, let's just stay home. I'm not paying that much. I'm not doing it.
I'll bring my own.
Only if they have free bread you can stuff in your bag, right? That'd be.
I don't have a handbag.
I'm gonna eat the Cheetos out of my pocket.
Men can wear backpacks.
So, yes,
I have.
My parents used to my parents used to yell at me all the time. You can't have a book at
You didn't have a book at dinner? Oh my goodness.
I can attest, Alan literally brought a book to Outback Steakhouse when we went to go.
But he didn't know you, and you might have not been awesome.
Yeah, you always gotta have it just in case.
Yeah, he didn't read it.
We know that you are.
But he did bring it just in case. I can't remember what was it that you were reading at the time.
Also, everybody could have been just that little bit too late to be fashionably late and just been late, and he might have been sitting there by himself and needed something to read, because that's why I take a book every year.
Yeah.
I hang out every once in a while on like a Thursday with some friends who watch football at like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something. And
you got to bring a book.
Always.
You have to.
Buffalo Wild guys, Buffalo Wild Wings used to be good. Like we had a Buffalo Wild Wings here. Me and my roommate, we used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings every Tuesday and watch freaking football, or Monday watch football. Anyway, we went once a week, and then like I don't know, 7 years ago, whatever. I went on spring break, and we're a spring break destination, and I said, please just give me I just want a dozen mild or medium. This back when I could do medium for my tongue was cracked. Look, just give me a dozen medium wings. And they said, we're out of wings. And I said, what? And they said, we're out of wings. And I said, what? And they
Aren't
said,
they like a wings plate?
that's what I said. I said, but I don't what do you mean you're out of wings? They're like, we're out, but we have jalapeno poppers. I said, is the name of your
Is that
restaurant
wings?
Buffalo Jalapeno Poppers? It is not. It's Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm like, and they're like, well, it's just spring breaks. We've been crazy busy. I'm like, guys, spring breaks every year. Like, why would you not plan for that? It's not a surprise, like, how do you not have wings? And that's the last time I went. It's disgusting.
That's fair.
It's a little bit of madness. That's one of those surreal moments in real life.
B-dub.
You're like, I'm sorry, what?
I know.
I've come to a wings place and there's no wings.
I eat wings like once every other week here, and I make them in my air fryer. And guys, I'm not I don't think I'm a good cook or whatever, but I discovered a recipe for wings in my air fryer, and they are the best wings I've
I
ever
remember
had.
when you got the air fryer and you were horrified that you had actually found they were as good as people think.
I know. They're the
I remember that.
wings are my favorite food, and there aren't any good wing places anymore. Certainly not in my city. I bet there are in big cities. I bet New York's got some good wing places. But
Hi,
you
Jimmy.
guys are so good. It's so Brian,
Okay,
I will.
that's it. Goodbye.
The problem is guys, I don't know if you have an air fryer. I almost said raise your hand if you have an air fryer. I'm not in my classroom, but raise your if you have an air fryer. What is with these recipes online that are cook for 20 minutes in your air fryer? I'm like, do you want me to burn them to set my house on fire? I cook nothing in my they're like, oh, pour the fries in there and cook them for 20 minutes. I'm like, do you mean 7 minutes? That's what you mean. Because if I cook them for 20, they will be blackened and char. But all of the recipes are like that. Brian, which one do you have? I have the Ninja. And if you have the Ninja, I will send you the exact recipe, and they are so good.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Air fryers aren't on the level of ovens with their standard settings right now.
Oh, it's what would I cook for 20 minutes in my air fryer? That would burn. It would burn anything up.
I mean, if you want to cause the heat death of the universe.
Rhett and Link did do an air fryer taste test thing where they had 3 different air fryers, a cheap one, a medium price one, and a high-end one, and they cooked stuff in the same thing in all of them, or in each of them, and they taste tested them, and generally, for the most part, the medium one was the best one for both guys.
Do they cook them for the same time period?
Well,
Yep.
This makes sense.
Nice.
Brian saying super thick cut something makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Also, pork that you don't want to be having under.
And I have a smaller mine is a small basket. I could not cook a super thick cut pork chop in my air fryer. I have a grill, which I grill steak when I need to, and that's good too because I have I make homemade garlic butter, and it's so good. I know, right? It is the Cookbook channel.
It's great. We love cooking.
Dang, hold on.
I think it's more we're all human and
What
we all
the
like
crap's
food.
the Kamado? What the flip is that?
A fancy barbecue?
What's a Kamado? Hold on.
I don't know.
We all have to find out.
Welcome back. What boring thing did y'all talk about for 3 hours?
Hi.
Who do you think I'm talking to? She said, are you talking to me? Yes. What boring stuff did you talk about? And how much money did it cost?
Hi, Christina.
Yes, I told the whole story. And I said, she's on her way home. It's been 3 hours and I don't know what. thing they talked about
We've
for
had
that long. because
Much
I know
judgment.
there. And I guarantee you they're bored.
We all went around in a circle and said what we loved about Mary.
Oh.
That's really lovely.
Why? Y'all are in public.
Room.
How much did that cost?
I don't think it cost anything.
A
They
private
just reserved-
room?
They just had a reservation.
Oh.
Yeah.
How much did I bet your dinner was $50 at least.
Nope.
It was $50.
Nope.
$47.
Less.
$45.
Yeah, about that. It's about 45.
I can make an entire pot of grits for $1.75.
You could pay a babysitter for an hour for that.
Yes, I've talked all about. I've talked all
Yes,
about.
outsourcing is actually a good thing when it comes down to everybody's mental health.
No.
You should.
Oh,
I shared.
I was where at
just to Mary and Anna.
I was teaching. It was like a month ago. I was teaching, and I sat down, and it's like last couple minutes class, and these 3 freshman girls were like commiserating near, like, because they sit near my desk. Their desks are just near mine, and finally, like it's like they drew straws to have to talk to me, and one of them is like, I don't like, and I'm like, would you just freaking say what you need to say, please? And then she's like, you have a rip in your pants. And I
Oh no! Oh, that must be your worst nightmare.
said, what?
Oh.
And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, thank you for telling me. And so then I went
What
to my
time of day was
closet.
this?
I pulled what?
What time of day was this?
It's the first period.
Okay.
But no, hold on. So I pulled my shirt down far enough, and I went in my closet and got, like, there's a tunic in there, and I put it on. And second period's coming in. Yeah, that's me in my tunic. And second period's coming in, and they're like, "Oh, Walker's dressed in his toga today." They thought I was just being weird, and I'm like, "Yeah, I just felt like doing it." And so I went to the bathroom, and I looked.
And no one, the fact that no one questioned
I
it,
know.
they're like, "Oh, just okay, weird again."
I know. And so I went to the bathroom, and I looked at the. Hold on. I gotta start this. I looked at the hole, like it was where. Yeah, where's the picture of my guys? That is the hole.
Oh my god!
Like in the back crotch area of my pants. And I had taught the whole first period like that. So I messaged Christina, and I'm like, Christina, I messaged her for 20 minutes. Didn't respond to me. Like she's got other stuff to do.
Silent.
Her phone is always on silent, as if no one needs to get in touch with her
I
ever.
don't want to wake the baby up.
Put it on vibrate. Anyway, I'm like, Christina, you have to bring me some jeans. Like, you've got to bring me some pants. You've got to bring me some pants. And so she brought them to me. I went out and got them. I changed. And then I told my students, yeah, I had a hole in my pants. And they're like, oh, that's why you're wearing them. I'm like, of course, that's why I was wearing it. But then one of my advanced kids that I have 6th period is like, oh, yeah, I saw that yesterday. I'm like,
You didn't tell me that.
stupid Bailey. I'm like, why? I'm like, why did you not tell me yesterday there was a hole in these jeans?
You never tell me that.
That's
God.
Okay,
Yeah.
that took the story from hilarious to genuinely horrifying. That's horrifying.
I'm poor Henny.
I do
And
have a
just to make
question.
sure, you do wear underwear on a regular basis, right, Alan?
I have never not worn underwear in my entire life.
Okay, good.
Alan is not a commando guy.
No.
But
So how many
still.
texts was
Oh
it?
my
You said you
God.
were texting her for 20 minutes. How many texts was it?
A lot. And I was like, Christina, please. I texted her mom. Look,
Just a couple.
Only
Oh my
10.
Lord.
Okay.
I had to text her mom and say, hey, can you go over to my house and knock on the door and tell my wife to bring me some pants?
Oh my god. That's. Oh my god.
Well, that's
Okay,
a
'cause I know you
wonderful
did this.
story to end on.
Hang on, but I know you did this, Alan. When do you think the rip occurred? Because I know
So
after the next person telling you that they'd seen it the day before, I know you've sat there and gone, when did it
what
start?
happens? So what happens is I have 2 pairs of jeans that I alternate. I wear one for several days and I wear another one for several days. I have other jeans that I can wear when I'm like, like out in the yard or doing something that I don't care about. And the reason I get new jeans is because the old ones get holes in them. And so I know this, but they're all in the same drawer. And I know that there's holes in them. So when I picked up this pair of jeans, I looked at it and inspected it to see if there were holes in it. And apparently I missed it. So what happened is when Bailey saw the rip, it could not have been as large as it was the next day. Like I had to have torn it worse over the day, because if it was
Otherwise,
that
you
large,
wouldn't
I
have
would have
picked them in the
seen
morning.
it when I inspected it. So
That's
yeah,
nightmare
exactly.
fuel.
So yeah, so that's what it is.
Nightmare
yeah.
fuel. Also, maybe tape a piece of red tape to the tail on it or something, so there's no mistaking. This one has a hole.
Yeah. So
Or
it's annoying.
replace them because it's in a compromising location.
I
But
mean,
if they're
sure,
comfy,
but
you could-
jeans are
they
expensive.
become-
Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm
And
so
it's a longer seam, so it's fixable.
Hold on. What is it? Where's my start? What is this? Hold on. Zin said a Kamado is a ceramic insulated charcoal grill.
right, it's a
That's sort of a
barbecue. Okay.
jack of all trades, master of none, but retains the most moisture. Mine is Bitula around the slow and sear accessory for the Weber. I don't know what any of those words means. It literally sounds like that's a qualification for teacher of the year. That's literally what that sounds like. I don't know what any of that
Nice callback.
means. I don't know what any of those means. I'm just going to do search for Kamado. I bet those wings are good. Send me some, Zen. Why is it called a Kamado? That sounds
brand, I believe.
That sounds pretentious.
Yeah, it does sound like a brand, though.
Anyway,
All right. Go spend time with Christine.
I'm probably gonna bet Christina. You didn't tell me what you talked. Oh, they had a kindness circle. That's what they did.
Yeah, they did nice. They
For
said
3
nice
hours.
things. It's probably boring. So you were right. It was boring.
I know.
Yeah.
But I like Mary. Did you tell Mary hi for me? Okay, good. I like Mary. She's good people, but I haven't seen her in ages, so maybe I don't even know what she looks like anymore.
Maybe.
We do this. So when I take kids to state, we got a 6-hour drive. I always make them do a kindness circle because they're actually just they just don't say anything nice to each other like ever, and they certainly don't say nice stuff to me. So
So you force them as hostages to say nice things to each other.
yeah. As hostages, I'm like, okay, guys, we're gonna do a kindness circle. They don't resist. Like they're fine with
Oh,
it.
that's
Like
funny.
because they low key do want to say nice things to each other. They just don't know how to.
It's just not. It's not cool to be nice.
No, I haven't fed the dogs. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot we had dogs till right now. So we do have like a meanness circle too that everyone always wants to do. But yeah, and then everyone has to go around and say something nice about everyone in the car. And then it always comes around. But the problem is that when it comes to me, they all, because they're freaks, they all sit there and they overanalyze my answers to them. They're like, oh, well, why was his answer for this person longer than it was for mine? Does that mean he likes them better? I'm like, y'all shut up. Like, because they all tell me about it later. They're like, oh my God, so-and-so thought that you like this person better than them because their answer was longer than and I'm like, y'all are hopeless. Like, I don't care. Take it all back.
You should promise them that you'll do a ranking at the end of the year.
Or
These are
next
my
time
favorites,
there's
my
a
least
kindness
favorite.
circle, just leave it to, I like this person because they have brown hair. I like this person because they have blonde hair. Like very
I like that person because their dog visits my dog.
Yeah. So
What happens when 2 students have brown hair and one you say, I like this person because they have brown hair, and the other person you say, I like this person because their handwriting is good.
Are you saying you don't like my hair?
Yeah, exactly. That's
no, you do both of them. Like the first round is always like just something about their hair. So I like this person because they have brown hair.
Okay, I have a
also like this
fundamental
person
problem
because
with this because nobody has control over what color their hair is unless you're putting colors through themselves. So you're praising something they have no control over.
Eric Yang was the worst kindness circler because he would always go top tier. And that's it. He would just go top tier.
Eric Yang.
And
Eric
then-
Yang couldn't be any cooler if he
No,
tried.
but then afterwards, he would send people he sent everybody a private message in Discord. And I'm like, Eric, just say that. Like, why are you such a freak, Eric? I hope he's on here. I hope you hear me, Eric. I hope, because
I
every
had
now
to
and then
cut
he
that
watches
out
my
of
stream.
Motsy's mouth right now
I
because he
thought you pulled
couldn't
that out of
get
your
it
head.
out of his mouth. He's grooming himself and he's licked his beard and he's licked. And this is stuck in his mouth and he can't go any further. So I had to
Anyway,
release
we'll
him
do a
from his
kindness
own
circle
hair.
one day. But what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna go eat because I'm not. I don't have enough processing power to read Tchaikovsky, and I want to. Do you know that's not how he spells his name?
What?
Correct.
Oh, the Polish. It's the Americanized version. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
how
look,
does it
if
really
you
get
look at
spelled?
the if you look at the
Copyright
copyright page,
Which
it
is
has
where I
the
saw it.
actual
Oh.
spelling.
I shall go and look.
Anyway, thanks y'all for joining me. Anita, why don't you come over to like here and
Less than a
get
week.
on the stream? I don't even know what Anita looks or sounds like
I
anymore.
have to go.
y'all.
The cat is trying to choke
No.
himself. Lovely to see you.
I've completely forgotten.
Oh, Moss, come here. Come here.
All right. Later, folks. Thank you, Auntie. Bye, guys. This was a delight.